Yo, 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 this is Dorky Diggity Dave, and today we're talking about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Verse? Can I get a verse? Welcome back, guys. We are talking about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and first things first, if you just want to know what the answer is, it is yes. Go see the movie. It's fantastic. It's an absolute triumph for not only superhero movies, but for storytelling in general. And that has a lot to do with the fact that Phil Lord was on this, and you'll know him from the Lego movie and things like that. I mean, the dude writes amazingly, and it kind of makes me wonder how Solo would have turned out had they left that team on there. Was it a little too risky? I mean, it looks like they really got their heads together on how to do stories. The story is great. It's filled with all kinds of characters. It's an ensemble movie without you even knowing it until the end, and you're like, wow, this was a freaking ensemble movie, and everybody had the right amount of care and attention. Like, not everybody had the same amount of screen time, obviously, but everyone felt complete in the whole story, and it was absolutely great. And there was comedy in there. It was funny when it needed to be. The action was spectacular, and when it came down to put the chips down on the table, it was serious when it needed to be serious, and you felt it. Like, this is the kind of storytelling that I absolutely love. There are things that are set in play and things that you don't kind of know are going to come back around. You know, I know that's a twist, but they're written well, and they come around full circle, and when they do, it has weight to it, and it has meaning, and it has reason, and you enjoy all of it. Not to mention that the whole thing is absolutely beautiful just to look at. It's an absolute, like, artistic canvas, just like on the screen, painted to look like a comic book. The whole movie plays out like you're reading a comic book, and all the textures and the layers and the things that happen in the movie are all very comic booky like, and it's just a joy to watch. Now, if you know your Spider-Man history, there are lots of Easter eggs everywhere. I mean, from previous movies, from comic books, from storylines. I mean, very specific things, even things that people didn't like that now have turned around and been kind of funny, which is really, really great. And you'll just go through it and be like, man, whoever made this, like, made love to this movie. Like for real, like the real kind. Now, the movie focuses mainly on Miles Morales, but it also has Peter Parker, and also has, you know, the other ones that are in the universe. Like, if you didn't see it, yeah, I'm pretty sure you saw commercials and stuff, but that's all I'm really gonna say about it. And the voice cast is fantastic. Shameik Moore is killing it as Miles Morales, and you probably know him as Shaolin Fantastic from the Get Down, Malcolm, and Dope, which was dope also. But I mean, that's like a super talented dude. Dude knows how to dance, he knows how to act, he knows how to sing, and all of that you can see in just the swagger of the movie. The movie is so confident, and he really plays that role well. It's a nice contrast to what you normally see with Peter Parker, more you know, an awkward teen or an awkward dude, you know, and then he puts on Spider-Man's mask, and then he becomes something else type of thing, whether that plays in the comic books or the cartoons or the movies. This is just a whole different feel, him as Miles Morales, and it's really refreshing to see that. I think he really knocked it out of the park. Now, for Spider-Man, Peter Parker is played by Jake Johnson, and you'll see Jake Johnson in New Girl. If you haven't seen New Girl, he plays Nick, and he was in The Mummy, but he was opposite of Tom Cruise. He's a really annoying character. I don't know why they made him play that part like that, but anyway, those are two of the movies that you would probably see him in. I know there's others, but I mean, I think he killed it as Peter Parker as well. He's got a great voice for him, and I never really realized it until he was in the movie, and I was like, man, that is a great choice. Haley Steinfeld is in there, as well as Nick Cage is in there, Oscar Isaac is in there, Chris Pine is in there. There's a lot of names that you wouldn't realize is in there, but they're in there. Also, Mahershala Ali, I hope I said that right. See, that's the thing with doing these reviews. Sometimes you gotta do your research before you go out there and try to pronounce names. I'm just gonna call him Mr. Ali, if that's all right, because yeah, that's just what I'm gonna do. But you'll know him from House of Cards, and you'll know the voice right when you hear it too. Mr. Cottonmouth himself from Luke Cage. Yeah, he's in there, and you know what? It's just like everybody just kind of melds together. It makes sense. The jokes flow. You can feel that like everybody has a synergy with each other just through the voice acting. And I don't know if they were in a group thing or, you know, how many table reads they did, but it's good, man. I had so much fun in this movie, and I am pretty sure you will have the same amount of fun, if not more. I can't imagine less. Now, if you're wondering if you could take your kids to this, yes, you can. Just don't do what the people did in my screening and bring your infants to this. This is not an infant movie. This is a kids movie, you know, like 6 and up or 4 and up. You know, if they can understand English and understand consequences and things like that, great. If they are working out words, I don't know, man. Just don't bring them to the theater. All right, guys, so all in all, again, absolutely love this. I think this was one of my favorite movies this year. And I do have a few that I loved this year, but this one was right there with the ones that I loved. I think that this was written well, it was filmed well, it was acted well, it was animated fantastically, and the overall just look of it is fresh and new. I know maybe there's like a small group of people that didn't like it, you know, just in terms of visuals, and maybe they just weren't ready for it. I'm not saying that they don't know art or anything like that, but it looks good. It's new and it's fresh. I loved it. Go ahead and check the movie out and let me know what you guys think as well in the usual place down in the comments, and let's have a good time. Once again, this is Dorky Diggity Dave. You just saw my review for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Now, if you liked the video, and I hope that you did, go ahead and click subscribe, click like, leave a comment, share it with your friends, share it with your mama. All that stuff helps me out. And remember, stay dorky, and I catch y'all on the flip.